Hello, 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 everyone. Good afternoon on this, I believe, Thursday. Um, Thank you for joining me today as I do another session. I haven't done one of these in a while, where I basically just spend some time playing around in Canva, showing the tips and tricks that I've picked up while I have been creating my book marketing using all of Canva's features. I think the last time I did this was back in March. And so there have been some really great updates to Canva's platform during that time that I will make sure to point out as we move through today's session. Just to give you a little bit of an overview of how these typically work, feel free to ask questions in the chat as we're moving along. I'm more than happy to answer them as we proceed through the program. And if you have a question that's way out of left field, don't worry about it. I tend to get so enthused about everything that we can do in Canva that I come in with these goals of what I want to do, and then I'm like, oh, I have to show all these other things. So feel free to ask questions that are particular to issues or questions that you have when it comes to creating content for your books. I'm going to be focusing purely on content for online platforms, digital platforms. You can create business cards, you can create banners, flyers, bookmarks, what have you in Canva as well. I won't be going through those today, but I've made them myself in Canva and can definitely attest to the program being excellent for print materials, especially since they released the I always get all the letters mixed up, but the CYMK color panel, which is specific to print materials. It's the type of colors that are used when you're designing when you're designing images that are to be printed versus the RGB color scheme, which is for the best crisp digital content. Today's session, I am going to aim to focus on creating a video because if you've attended any Facebook marketing, any Instagram marketing, just any type of digital online marketing forum in the past 3 months or so, they're really pushing the importance of animation and visual movement in your online posts because that movement draws people in, keeps them looking at your post for a longer period of time to figure out, okay, what's the story here? What's going on? What am I looking at? So I am going to aim to create a video that captures not only my latest release, Follow Me for Murder, but I'm going to try to do a video that presents all of my books, not all of them because that would be too long, but all of the series that I write, even though they span different subgenres within the mystery umbrella. I want to create a video that showcases them all so that no matter what type of mystery reader the reader or the viewer is, they may be intrigued enough by either one or more of my books to purchase one. So my goal is to display little maybe quotes or quips from each book or series and really have them be connected together as much as possible, so that it looks like a coherent video, but that the viewer knows and can distinguish that this is a different series versus everything's all under the same thing. So to get myself started, I'm already on my Canva homepage. I am going to do a custom design, custom size. I usually start off, you can actually see the recent ones that I use here. I typically, for my book trailers that I make with my Books to Bundle service, I use 920 by 1080p just because that's your typical resolution for videos, either on YouTube or wherever you're posting videos. For this for this video though, I don't want it as widescreen because I want to be able to post on Instagram, and I want it to be on Facebook, but in a larger view rather than the typical trailer view. So I'm actually going to do a little bit of manipulation with what my pixelage is. This is not a standard pixel size. So this is just something that I am looking to experiment with and to see how it looks. The reason why I'm not doing just a plain square piece is because I know for a fact how I'm thinking about designing this trailer is that I want to have more books in my Court of Mystery series displayed on one image, and having like them stacked across the page is going to look a little bit too crowded if I'm in a square frame. So that's why I'm going for a rectangle, but not as as extreme rectangle as the typical 920 by 1080p would be. So I've got my canvas. I'm getting some templates that already pop up by default. I am not using a template. I'm just starting this from scratch, and I haven't done any pre-work on this at all. So I'm going to actually be thinking out loud and going through this creation process as I would if I sat down at my computer to create it. So that's just something to keep in mind. You're going to hear me going, oh, what do I do? Or you're going to see me deleting things because after a while I realize, oh, that's probably not how I want to, portray it, or that's not what I want to say, or what have you. So just know that this is definitely a work in progress session. And if you do have questions for me, feel free to put them in the chat. You just have to be logged into your Google or YouTube account for that. Okay, so to give you a little bit of an idea of what I'm working with, I have 3 book series that I'm going to be promoting in this trailer. The first series, my Trending Topic Mysteries, I only have 1 book published at this point in time. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to just really be featuring the cover of that 1 book to draw viewers in. Because it is about a social media influencer, I will probably lean heavily into tech themed items, making ebook, because of the the technology that's really showcased in the mystery itself, like setting the tone with, oh, this is on a cell phone. It gets the reader prepared for, oh, the main character is also probably going to be using a cell phone quite frequently, because I want my readers to be very aware of what my book is about, so that when they begin reading it, they're not like, oh, this isn't what I thought that I was buying, or this isn't what I thought this book was going to be. I want it to be very, very apparent that I write cozy mysteries, that they're lighthearted, that they're funny. Yes, they deal with murder and death and the terrible things that humans can do, but it's presented in a way that's supposed to be fun and engaging, as awkward as that sounds. That's what I really want to emphasize for each of these panels, is what type of book I am, what type of book I've written, so that I'm getting the right audience for those books. Because if you have somebody that's like, I love true crime, hard-boiled thrillers, my book is not that at all. And I don't want people to believe that my book is like that, because then they buy it and they are like, this isn't what I thought I bought. And then, you get bad reviews and all of that stuff. So making sure that you're advertising the essence of your book is extremely important, because you want to make sure you're getting a reader who appreciates the type of book that you've written. To start things off, I will focus on the first frame for Follow Me for Murder. I probably am going to add some additional pages beforehand to kind of ramp up to talking about these books. Maybe a title page that's like, what's on your summer reading list? And so that this isn't the first thing that people are going to see. But because I need to understand where I am understand like how this whole thing is going to come together, because I literally am making this up as I'm presenting to you. Um, this is where I'm going to start, because I can build going forward. So I've got my book. I'm going to put two representations, so the paperback and the ebook that's available. I am, because this is definitely going to be about summer, what people are reading this summer, I definitely am going to want to lean into summertime. And because my trending topic mysteries take place on the Delaware coast, I can definitely lean into the beach, and the fun that comes from the beach itself, or the water in general. The reason why I selected this is because I'm noticing that the colors are like very similar to my book cover, which could work for me, or it could drown everything out. So let's see if I want to expand this a little bit so that I don't have as much of that float in the background. No, even though I really like it, and actually I like it so much that I'm going to add it to my folder for my trending topic mysteries, that I keep images that remind me of what that I can use in future items. So I'm going to put it into my projects folder. You can see that I have a bunch of them. I have them all designated via the book series that I am working on. So I'm going to just move it here and get that all set up. All right, so this, after looking at it, even though I really like the color scheme, I can even see like it's just not popping enough. So let's about and see what other things we've got going on. Let's see, can we position these books? I think I might have to get rid of that and make it a different model for my, here we go. Actually, no. I want one with a spine. So the spine is really prominent. Okay, excellent. Again, I like the summertime, I like the look, I don't like the color. Let's see if we can make some adjustments to the background image to make it work for me. So I'm coming here to edit image, and I am going to, I've got like my everyday sliders that I can work with to like do fine tuning on the image itself. But I'm going to use one of the Canva tools that they have, which is called Color Mix. And I'm going to see all for the color mix, and you can see these little thumbnails where it basically just does something to the image to make the color different and pop. So I have this. I have like the glow. I think I'm really into the pink-ish color, and I can even take, I can adjust it with hitting those little controls and adjust the hue to be like more peachy than pink, and that's getting into purple. I like, there's going to be a very limited space. I'm going to try this one where it's like a peachy color, and then let's see, ooh, no, not that. The saturation, if I drag it down too far, I'm going to get black and white. If I drag it up too much, I don't even know what that is. So you got to angle it just right, go ahead and apply. Okay, so now it does take sometimes a little while for the one thing that I notice, because you're like, hey, where did the book covers go? And that is a little quirk that I have come across. I really just have to wait for the picture to finish rendering, because this is an online platform that connects to a server, And oh, there you go. So it just takes, sometimes it can take a hot minute to load up. So we have this as our background. I don't know if the peach is what I want to do now that I look at it. And if I'm not happy with it, I can go back to edit image, go back to my color mix. And I can restore the original photo. And I think I'm going to try, because my cover does have like a lot of yellow tannish themes in it, I'm going to set this as my background to help it kind of pop. And this looks a little bit more summery than the pink or the peach. Okay, so I've got summertime loading there to feature Cocoa. And then I'll probably have I'll switch to a new panel and do your kind of typical, here's the typical duo of reading on a tablet versus reading a physical copy of a book. And then I will have a quote probably here. And to get that started, let's see. Okay, so now we've got this popping up. And I think that looks actually really nice. I'm going to drag this a little bit more so my summertime is towards the edge. And these guys, make them a little bigger so that the cover is more like in your face. This one, I'm going to actually give it a little shadow. There we go, to help it pop off the page. This one, I don't know if it actually needs a shadow all that much, but let's see what happens. Don't like that one. That one's a little too aggressive, but I think if I decrease the transparency, or maybe the size, angle, I don't know this, there we go, okay. Okay, cool. So now I have like the shadows helping the images pop from the back. And all right, cool. So this will be like my intro slide for, summer at the beach, get ready, get these books on your reading list. Okay, and then we'll swap here, and I've already got my brand selected as the trending topic mysteries. So I have these individual brands for each of the book series that I write, and just like my overall author brand, my podcast that I do with author J.C. Kenney, I have a brand for everything basically, so I can easily reference the fonts that are best for the series, and colors, images, logos, all of that good stuff. Okay, so, and I have done a video about brand kit and creating a brand kit, so feel free to check that out. I'm going to use a quote that I absolutely love from a reader review that they just said the book was totally bingeable. Since I really love bingeable as kind of a buzzword, because with streaming these days, it's really like, it's something's like, oh, I binged that yesterday, or what have you. So I like kind of leaning into that language because it's really in line with Coco Klein being an influencer, and being somebody who's kind of got her finger on the pulse. So how I'm going to present these, though, I'm going to put them in separate text boxes because I can have a little bit more freedom with size and positioning for the words. I want bingeable to be much bigger than totally. And let's see here. I'm trying so that they also like don't overlap one another. And all right, totally bingeable. Perfect. Okay. For colors, I am going to use the color that I have on my book cover because I want to tie it together. Then I'm going to just show you two different areas where you can pull that information from. You can pull it if you have your trending topic. You can see here I have a trending topic mysteries color scheme that I've already set up because I've already determined and configured the color palette from my book covers. But you can also take it from the photo colors where you can see, Canva has selected both these books and provided the color schemes for all the colors that are on those different images. If I had another image on here, it would add that into it. And then last but not least, you can just use the eyedropper tool that by clicking that little plus sign and coming to the image and clicking until you get the frame that you're looking for. So you can see totally bingeable. And now I have that same color in my documents color. So I can easily just click it from there. All right, so I've got my quote, and right away, because this is a video and I was saying earlier about how animations and visual effects are really eye-catching and important on any type of social media post that you do. So I'm going to have some animation with my writing here. So I'm going to do this fun bounce one just because I think it's very much like it really reflects the fun of the book, because again, we want people to know what they're getting when they're looking at this ad. So I've got bingeable has some animation. I'm gonna have these two guys also have some animation. I'm gonna just have the breathe feature, and what I want to do, I want to see if I can demonstrate this for you guys. I'm actually going to group these together so that they become one element. So if I wanted to move it around, I only have to click one of them and they both move together. So that's another advantage of grouping elements. But if you click the animate feature and go to breathe, now you see that they both come together. They're not separate. They're not both separately breathing for that animation, and it's just smoother and more condensed, so that you don't have too much going on, because that's one thing. It's like you want to have movement and you want people's attention to be grabbed, but you also don't want to overwhelm them with like, where should I be looking? Because both of these books are moving differently, and then you've got the text over here, like what's going on? Okay, so we've got our movement, and then I need something in the background to really set the scene. We're just coming from this summertime, and the more that I am working on this page, the more that I'm having regrets about this page, because I don't think it's popping enough for what we've got going on here. And so I'm going to sub out a background and get rid of that book altogether. I'm going to come up with a ready for some summer fun. I'm so ready for summer. Ready for some summer fun. I want summer fun to be on the same line, so you can see like how I kind of played around with the size of the text box. I'm going to space everything up a little bit more. Ready for some summer fun. I'm going to add that document color, but this time I'm going to use an effect on my text to really amp up really to amp it up. I'm twisting this a little bit. Boop, boop, boop. Ready for some summer fun. And let's see what this is gonna look like. Oops, I don't know why that moved. Just hit Control Z to undo. I don't know. Ready for some summer fun. So I don't want the whole thing to move in this case. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double. I just duplicated this image, and it's like, whoa, there's a lot going on. And I'm going to remove Ready for some summer fun and make this a separate text block than what we have here. Oops. All right, so ready for some summer fun. And I can make summer now the animated aspect of this. So that, and I'm going to do the same animation on both pages, because again, you don't want to overwhelm your audience with too much. You can see here on this animate feature, this is something new from the last time that I had done a stream. They have added the ability to either have it be animated on enter, exit, or both, which for me has been such a great feature because I like things to animate onto the screen and then just stay there for the rest of the time. I don't want them to disappear. So my go-to is to have the animation on enter, and I can increase the intensity of it, so it's like super bouncy, or this one's more low key. I'm gonna lean more to the low key side, and then this one I'm going to animate it with my simple breathe so that we do have some movement. And this little guy, I'm going to, oh, I do like that tumble. Let's look at our other options. Scrapbook. I think I like the tumble one the best. And on enter, and I want the intensity to be much, what would be, I honestly, I don't see the difference on this in this time, but I'm just gonna lean more to being it for less intense. Okay. All right, so I've got ready for some summer fun, segue, totally bingeable with, I want another beach picture. Totally bingeable. I don't like the positioning of where the flip-flops are. Let's do some beach cocktails and see what that brings. Ooh. So now I have my background, although I think I might have to switch it out because my bingeable is gone. And I don't think, well, let's see how it looks if I still think it's a little bit too busy, unfortunately. So let's see what other options are. Totally bingeable. I do like the colors of this with the book. Let's see if I have that effect removed. You see how it's still not popping enough, I don't think. And honestly, maybe I don't want to drink. Because I don't want to encourage people to go on a drinking binge. Okay, beach. Let's do beach hat and see. Okay, That might work. It's a little bit too much. Ooh, I love the color of that hat. I just, oof. And I love the sunglasses. Let's see if I can adjust this to help in any way. I might have to bring down my totally bingeable and then affect the bingeable so that it pops. I think I like this. Let me see if there's any other hats that catch my eye. I like the hat and the sunglasses though, because not only does it showcase the beach, it showcases fashion, which Coco has a lot of, or talks about a lot. This one's a different, that's like too much of the blue. Although it's almost the same. And I'm just going to remember this one by adding it to my folder, because that would be good for just like a basic Instagram post. Let's see. Although I do like the, all right. I really like the beach in this. What I'm going to try to do, and I like how it almost aligns really nicely with the horizon and the text. I'm actually going to twirl it just a little bit so that it's really like very much. Okay. Okay. I like this. I need something here though. And I need something that's more about Coco. So I'm going to look at some of these like cutouts that we have. Or, ooh, you know what I want? Let's see if we can make this happen. I want the hat and the sunglasses from this image. So I am going to do the background remover feature. And hope that it removes the background that I need. But if it doesn't, we can make tweaks to that. Ooh, okay. So it removed a lot. So you can do this so over here on your tool window, you can select a brush and restore items. I want my brush to be pretty big because there's a lot of stuff that we have to restore here. And I'm just going to go around and actually restore everything that I want in this image. And then I'll work on getting like that blue out. Okay. So there's that. So now I'm going to go back to erase. So this is where you do have to do like a little bit extra legwork. I'm going to make my brush size a little bigger. I'm going to zoom in so I can see everything better. And then I'm going to annoyingly remove all of the blue. And because this, actually it's not that bad. Get rid of the, okay, that's actually looking very good. Oh, what happened? Uh-oh. Bummer. So, we have an issue. Let's see if I can resolve it. Go back to my background remover. So the problem with the background remover feature is that you can't go back in and edit it once you click out, and because I had accidentally clicked out, it did some stuff for me. So, but that's all right. We're fine. We're good. I'm going to zoom back in, and I don't know why this is moving. And then I'm going to erase. There we go. My brush size. I'm going to come in and go. Luckily, this hat is like, the texture of it is forgiving enough that I can, well, sort of forgiving. I can take off some of the edge without ruining how it looks. You're like, Sarah, you're missing some blue. I'll get to it. I just need to make the brush a little smaller for those parts. And this would be much easier if I zoomed in. I just really don't want to like mess up that the edge of the sunglasses. Okay, that's pretty good for not being in Photoshop. Okay, excellent. So now I zoom out and I've got my, let's smooth this out a little bit. Okay, perfect. So now I'm good. I'm done. I'm going to hit done. And so now I have this sand, this like this set that really fits in nicely with my picture. And so you've got like some beach fun, all that good stuff. But I do want people to know that it's a murder mystery. And how should I do that? I feel like I want to put a phone. I want to kind of copy the phone with the skull and crossbones on it. So let's see if I can do that. Graphics, photos. I want one that's like pretty realistic looking. Let's go with this one. Even though I have not used a phone with a button in a really long time. All right, so we got our phone. I'm gonna tone down the transparency a little bit, just to like kind of help it blend in with what we've got going on here. All right, so we've got the phone, and now I'm gonna do my skull. Graphics. And I want one that is like this, but not as cutesy. And I want the color to be poppin'. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'm gonna just look really quickly to see if we've got anything else. All right, I'm gonna dim the transparency so that it like is faded into it. All right, and now we've got this cool little graphic that is coming in. This is my blank title page. We've got ready for some fun in the sun. Totally bingeable. Awesome. And cool. So I'm going to, for safety's sake, I'm going to group everything here. I'm going to animate the background. Because I want there to be more movement, but not as much. And you're noticing I'm having to go through, and when you do a photo movement, you do have to, it like applies it to the whole slide, which I wish didn't happen. So I'm removing the animation so that everything is moving as we would expect it. So if I go back to take a look, totally bingeable, fun in the sun, awesome. My only last thing is I wish I didn't have that hat in the corner because I already have a hat. But that kind of ruins the, because I already have a hat there. It's fine. Okay, cool. So we've got totally bingeable. I'm going to make the books a little bigger. Totally bingeable. And move these guys over a little bit more. All right, totally bingeable. Ready for some summer fun? And actually, I'm just going to have this be my intro slide. Ready for some summer fun for all of my books. I am going to change the color and I'm going to make the background a little bit blurred. Ooh, what's this autofocus? I'm going to try to see what autofocus looks like. Where's my autofocus? I don't know why. There we go. I think I'm just going to go with regular blur and tone everything down at once. There, perfect. Ready for some summer fun. And then we're going to do another beach. Let's see, books at beach. Books at beach. Let's do, boop. Add these fab reads to your list. Ooh, I like this because we've got a book, an open book, and then we can kind of condense my words here, take away the effect. Let's make this book even bigger. And let's do a different font. Let's do something that's a little less swirly. Add these fun reads to your list. Your reading list. aligning it to the side. And then tilting just a little bit. All right, cool. So now we've got our intro pages. I do want to change the font of this a little bit to this, and effects. I'm going to add a little bit of a shadow and a dark shadow. See the difference in how the shadow helps really pop off of the page? It's really nice. Sweet. Add these fab reads to your reading list. Okay, so we've got our intro slide coming in. Let's see what this looks like if I do the same. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. There we go. So we have a video specific font with this particular font face. And then we move into the series specific font. So you can kind of see how those tie in. All right, so we've got totally bingeable. Let's do, just to further show our audience that this is a cozy mystery. I'm going to put a little testimonial. A modern must-read for cozy mystery lovers. And let's see. I got to figure out what to do about the color. Let's do black for now. You can see what I'm doing. This is a little cheat that I do to make bold fonts that don't have a bold font option. I use the splice feature, but then have the offset set to 0 so that it makes it it makes it bolder. So that's my little life hack right there. I don't know where I want this though, because I think I'm actually going to put it on a separate page. So I just duplicated this whole page because I'm going to keep this, but I'm going to do a different page for it. So I'm going to get rid of the books. I'm going to get rid of the background. I'm going to get rid of this. Get rid of this. My background is going to be that photo that I saw earlier that I really liked, but I was like, ooh, I don't know where I can use it. So I'm going to go, that's the wrong series. I'm going to go to my trending topic mysteries folder where I saved it. You can see that I have it here. And I'm going to have it, I like to have things like offset one another. So I'm going to have the modern mystery, a must for mystery lovers here. A modern must for cozy mystery lovers. All right. Then I'm going to go back to my pictures and I'm going to take this because it has a nice frame around it to offset the background. So it still pops because the colors are all so similar, but it's not overwhelming like it was. A modern must for cozy mystery lovers. I'm going to switch it to the Strawberry Regal font that I've been using. This one, I don't think I actually need the effect because it's already pretty, but I am going to highlight it up and I want like a deep blue. There we go. Effects, line spacing, let's get it all grouped together. A modern must read for cozy mystery lovers. I really love that. Okay, so we've got hashtag follow me for murder situated in this video. Now I'm going to segue to my series, The Glenmire Wynn Mysteries, which take place on a lake. And so I'm going to really use the lake as a theme for it. So a lake beach. Or a dock. Maybe a dock in lake. Ooh, beautiful. This will be good. All right, I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna bring it down so that we kind of cut out part of the chairs, and then I'm gonna transition a modern must for cozy mystery lovers, or looking for lakeside fun. It'd be interesting to see if I spelled anything correctly in that. Looking for lakeside fun. And this, I definitely need to like amp up the colors in it, because we just went from like this really vibrant bright color palette to, oh, this nice rustic one, which looks absolutely beautiful. I wish I was there. But I need it to really have a little bit more color to it. So I'm going to go into the photogenic photo settings and see if I can get this to pull more color. Probably not that much color. And my book covers are also very colorful, so I want to keep that in mind. Looking for some lakeside fun. Lots of blue in that one, but it's too much blue. Too much. I think I'm going to stick with this. And then I'm going to go to the actual image filters and see if I can. Ooh, here we go. There we go. And then I'm going to switch my color palette to my Glenmire Wynn Mystery series. And now we're talking. All right. Or and then because I need a segue, I'm going to do, or maybe you're looking for lakeside fun. And this is to harken back to the first slide. I'm going to do the same where I have these blocks of text be separated. And I'm going to have the animation here. Or maybe you're looking for lakeside fun. And then this is breathe. Or maybe you're looking for lakeside fun. You can, here, I just like read these over and over in my mind. I don't think I want, animate. This one needs to be a little bit more like pop, I think. So I need that pop or stomp. There we go. Perfect. And now I'm looking at this. I just want to make it a little blurry. Awesome. Okay. All right. Maybe you're looking for lakeside fun. And then we swap over to the Glenmire Wynn Mysteries. And this one, because it was a finalist for Best Mystery for the Indie Book Awards, I'm definitely putting that little sticker on here to showcase and give my little book some love. All right, or maybe you're looking for Lakeside Fun. Position that in the front. And we'll do the whole thing again with the prop. Although that's too small. I'm gonna like, I don't know what I'm, here we go. There we go. Okay, there we go. Group. I want this to be in the front. Then now I can make everything bigger. And then my quip for this book is going to be, let's go here, add my text. I'm going to do the very same where I'm just going to have all right, I absolutely love this quote. I absolutely love this absolutely enchanting quote. Okay, so we've got absolutely enchanting because we want, not only does this, what I love about this quote, that is from award-winning author Lori Robbins, I not only love it because it's so wonderful, but it actually like plays so well into the fact that this is a paranormal themed cozy series. So by using that term enchanting, you're kind of indicating to the reader that there is a little bit of magic involved. And I want to make sure that I am indicating that there's magic involved in this, especially for because some folks do not like supernatural elements in their cozy mysteries. So that's one thing to definitely keep in mind as I am designing this. Copy style. I'm going to make it purple, or actually dark purple. Dark purple. Awesome. And again, I want to make enchanting bigger than absolutely. And I want to have the animation on this one. This animation, I think I want that annoying stomp one, so it like really pops in. Come on, come on. Boop. Nope, I don't like it. Scrapbook. That's cute. That's cute. Okay. And then because this is supernatural themed, I do want to have a something that's going to showcase that. So let's do like witchcraft by lake. Because I still want to have the water involved. So maybe I'll do lakeside. Nope. Nope. Ooh, this is beautiful. That's stunning. And it has like a little mysticalness about it. I don't know. But because I love it, I am going to change the effect on this because we need the words to pop. And I am going to look at a different font. Oh, this is cute. I do love it with the sparkles, but it is a little too busy. Nope. Oh, this one's beautiful. There we go. Okay, love it. Love it. Okay, just adjusting this to like overlap everything so then I can make this like really big. Maybe not as big as I wanted it to be. Okay. Love it. Okay, great. I'm just going to blur the background image here. Absolutely enchanting. Too blurry. There we go. Oh, love it. Love, love, love. I don't like what I just did. All right, there. Perfect. Okay, so we've got, or maybe you're looking for some lakeside fun. Let's drag it down just a little bit. Absolutely enchanting. There we go. Absolutely. Okay, so let me just look at this real quick. Maybe you're looking for like, lakeside fun. Absolutely enchanting. Perfect. I am noticing that my quotes are backwards. I think that's because of it's the font, unfortunately. When you run into situations like that, you can, what I do is I just normally put in another text box and just put in the quotes. Oops. And first I go to copy the effect of it so that people see. And because I can't flip, all I do is change the quotes itself. And I just have to find one that's like sort of the same, which is hard because as you're seeing, a lot of quotes are backwards for some reason. All right, so then if I can't find one that works, that matches the other quote, I just make a copy and then I bring it over here. And there. So now all my quotes are aligned, they're facing the right way. The only thing that you have to remember in these instances is that if you're moving them around, you want to make sure that you've highlighted the quote itself. Okay, perfect. And maybe I'll just put this over here because there is like a dead space. And then I don't have to worry about this as much getting in the way. I can make it bigger. All right, love it. Okay. Absolutely enchanting. Then I can't decide if I probably should do like a similar one of these for this book. I have to pull a quote. Let me pull a quote because this is another quote by the wonderful Lori Robbins, who I am going to give credit. I will add that in here. All right. I wish it didn't always default to white text because I can't see it. Structure that a little bit. Wonderful. I'm going to go back to my things here, and I think that's the only. Do I have another phone? Maybe I'll put the tablet, my tablet image that I have. And you can see here, there's a little symmetry, so I go left or right, left, right, left, just to like make things flow a little bit better. Okay. Images. Now let's. Ooh. I want to like lean into that magic feeling. Ooh, I love this. I love that. And obviously I must have loved it so much because I have used it before and saved it. But I want to make these colors brighter. So I'm going to pop up the saturation. I'm going to go lean more into a purple. Love it. All right, I got to make Lori's name more transparent. I'm going to make this purple. Actually, I think I'm actually going to have to make it neon as well. There. Perfect. Let's make the text bigger. Make it a line. I think I need to bring it down a little bit. Make this bigger. And now I think I want to do some animation. I don't want anything moving on this per se, but I want to have, let's do some sparkles. And let's have it all be animated. Not exactly the kind of sparkles I'm going for. Let's go with glitter. Again, not exactly the type of glitter that I'm going for. Pixie dust? That is definitely not what I'm looking for. Confetti. Magic? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I need to save this. That'll be so good for a book, for like an Instagram promotion. Love it. Move it here. Any magic light? Light? Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. How interesting. I would not have thought that that's what I would have to search for. So you have to be creative with your search terms. Let's do this one. This one looks less. All right, so now that I've got it on my screen, I'm like, whoa, that is busy. So I'm going to put it to the back. And first I'm going to drag down the transparency so much that you can barely see it, but it's there. I'm going to go back to my confetti. See if there's any. Ooh, I like this one. But again, like, super busy. And I don't know, I don't like the plus signs, I guess. There's a lot of confetti. Too much. Whoa. All right. Again, I just think I'm just gonna stay with that. The very light, like, etch. Ooh, let's see if Stardust does anything. Nope. Not what exactly. That's fun. All right, that's okay. Effects. Oh, but I don't want. Okay, that's fine. I don't want any animation with this. I don't want any animation with Lori's name. I think this one I still want it to be like a burr bounce one, because that's more whimsical. Cool. Okay, so now we gotta put some music to this. Since this is summer, and these are songs of. That was really cute. Is it too cute though? All right, instrumentals, definitely. And I put in the term happy. That doesn't sound like an instrumental. Cruise. Too slow. Why am I like so drawn to this one? I think it's like too much of a bump. Timing on this at all. I really love that song. I know it's too much. It's too much of a jam. Let's just do summer though. Green, softer side. Too soft. Streets of Misery. Maybe. The big bounce one though, like that might be too. Yeah, I think I'm liking this one. Okay, I'm here for that. Okay, so I don't want this video to go on forever. So I'm gonna trim down the timing. So I'm gonna start with 3 seconds and I'm gonna apply it to all of the pages, because what I do is then I go through and I read it and say, how much time do I need to read this? And so now all of my slides are 3 minutes, my video is 21 seconds. Ready for some summer fun. This, I think I'm gonna remove or change the animation here to breathe. Breathe. Actually, let's group them together. Effects, group, animate, breathe. Okay, cool. And we also have to put in transitions. That's another thing we have for add transitions. I'm like a huge fan of the circular wipe, but I'm going to do it out. Apply between all pages. I want it to be quick. Okay. So let's see how it goes. Ready for some summer fun? These fab reads. I forgot the word your. Okay, so that's too, that one was way too fast. That was too fast. Okay. So basically these two are good to add these summer reads to your reading list. There we go. That's English. Okay. So this one, whew, let's bump it up to 4. Okay. And this one, let's bump it up also to 4. This one, I need definitely time for somebody to read. 5. And this one, I think, again, also needs to be at least 4. Okay. So now we're back to being 24 seconds long. Something needs to be done. Okay. Let's add in a logo. Let's add that logo in. just like so that it doesn't seem as empty. This, what was the animation here? Didn't have one. Okay, cool. Animation for that. Animate, remove. Perfect. Cool. Okay, so some lessons learned of while I'm watching this. Too much going on this slide at the end of the day. I know we took a lot of time to create this to create this little portion, but I'm going to nix that for now. I'm going to ungroup. I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm just going to keep the cell phone with the skull and crossbones. Totally bingeable. I don't know why this is. I guess it was like originally like that. Okay, cool. Sweet. So now, yeah. So people know technology. We've got still have the skull and crossbones. Then I can make my text just a little bigger. Look a little smaller. Awesome. All right. A must for mystery lovers, or maybe you are looking. So it's really like, you can see like how I'm going back and making all of these changes after watching that. Getting a feel for how your video is looking is such a helpful source of inspiration. And I don't think I want, or maybe you're looking, I don't want 4 to be, you're looking, or maybe you're looking for lakeside fun. Awesome. Perfect. The only thing is I don't want this. I'm going to go to make it a little smaller because I don't want the letters overlapping. Does it still not look like it's a center? Okay. Perfect. Then I'm going to blur the background of this. Great. Make everything a little bigger. Perfect. Maybe you're looking for lakeside fun. Oops, remember I gotta highlight everything there. Absolutely enchanting. This needs to be a little smaller. And boop, awesome. Magic is threaded into the very fabric of the story. Then we come in, I'm just keeping this here because I always want to remember that I was able to do that. Magic is threaded in. And then let's just do a wrap-up slide of summer. for the summer, and we'll put both book covers in the foreground. Meyer, come back, folders, book one. Okay, let's give him some definition. Perfect. I'm gonna bring in my font that's followed me throughout this whole thing to really tie it all together. And it's like, let's do summer never looked so cozy. That's a cute tagline, if I do say so myself. I'll bring these guys a little closer together, drag it down. Summer never looked so cozy. Let's, what do we want? I think I want it to be all in one line. Bring these guys up. Available. How do you spell avail? There we go. Oh boy. I have definitely indicates that it's almost time to end the stream when I can't spell any longer. All right, available now. This is not going to have a, I don't want any effect on this one. Don't want any effects on these guys. Remove animation. Remove animation. Summer never looks so cozy. Love it. That came together really nicely. Okay. So you might be thinking, well, Sarah, what are you going to do with this random slide at the end? Well, when I export it, I will just not export that particular slide. But let's just watch to see how everything looks. That looks so much nicer. That needs to be a little longer. Where did that image gone? Okay, so there's some hiccups on that one. This needed to be a little longer. I'll do 3.5 seconds. Absolutely enchanting. What was the animation here? Not that. Oh, what was it? You know what? Ooh, did you see that? That's going to be a problem. You know what? I think I'm going to roll with it. This, I don't like what animation that had. It was too much. Yeah. I think I just want to keep it like Thanks for coming by, Julie. Can you add your own fonts to Canva? Yes, you can. most of the fonts that I use are fonts that I've uploaded in Canva. If you go to the your brand kit, and you can actually upload fonts depending on your brand kit. So if I go to my brand kit here, you can see I've got a bunch of them. But let's just go to the one for the my You Can't Handle the Truth book. You can see here that I've got all different types of fonts selected as the different text styles, and those are all ones that I've actually uploaded. I think the cap per brand is 100 fonts. You can see that I love getting my own fonts. I have a little bit of an obsession with them. But you can upload them. You can upload different fonts for your brand kits. So for my Court of Mystery series, I have way different fonts uploaded that are more like formal and medieval looking, just because it takes place in a fantasy realm. And then, my trending topic mysteries are, have that more like fun, bouncy type font. I do have a lot that cross over though from different genre to genre. But yeah, you can just upload that right from your brand kit, add a new brand kit at any point in time. The brand kits are a pro feature, and I didn't mention this at the beginning of the broadcast, but I use Canva Pro every day. It has since been my it was the best investment that I've made in myself as an author, just because I think it's like less than $10 a month, which I pay for my membership for a whole year to get like an even better deal on it. But for the cost of what I pay for what I get, I do all of my marketing through this. I do all of my videos through this. I have access to all of these amazing audio, video, and visual libraries. So I very much recommend doing a pro subscription, especially if you find yourself working in here more often than not, because there's just so many great features. Yeah, I use myfonts.com for a lot of my fonts, and I literally every morning just log on and look at the new ones that they've uploaded. Or I have just looking to see what's on sale. It's oh, it's only $10 now. I can get that. I absolutely love fonts, and they speak so much to. They can speak so much to a series and really set the tone for any image. Because if I go to, let me go back to my home page and let me pull up something that is for, let's see here. Let's see if I have something for my Court of Mystery series readily at hand. I have not done, here we go. It's been a while since I created some graphics for them. But you can see it really sets the tone of this image by, grounding it in this more mysterious, grand setting. So it's really fun. Oh, that's a spoiler. Pretend you didn't see that. That's the cover of my next book that I haven't shown anybody yet. So yeah, fonts, absolutely love them. And so we have, but you'll notice that in this video, what I tried to do is I tried not to use too many of them, because it can be overwhelming for your audience to just be constantly switching back and forth and just having to visually adjust to something new. So that's why the guiding font that I had, I kept using. So I used it at the beginning. I used it here when I'm kind of transitioning over to the different series, so that there's a little bit of continuity there. So now, really, all that there's left for me to do at this point is give this a Cozy Mystery Summer video, a better title, and to download and export it. The only thing I just have to be aware of is that I don't want that last page. And if you, with the timing of it, the reason why I put it at the end and didn't just leave it where it was because I wanted to see where the sound would align with the rest of the images, so that when it's exported, it's just not going to export those last 3 seconds of the clip. So there's that. Let's see here. Yeah, I absolutely love my fonts. So good. And I'm glad you didn't see my cover, because I have like a big, I love to do cover reveals. Cover reveals are another like great way to engage with your readers. There's a lot of fun ways that you can do them. And they have like pre-canned images that you can use that like show people like peeling off paper, so you can kind of tease like little bits of your cover as you kind of get closer to revealing the full thing. I just usually get too excited and I'm like, I'm just gonna make a video and show everything all at once, because it's a lot more fun to market when you have your cover, rather than just using your book title, talking about it, and all that good stuff. It's really fun to begin marketing your book when you actually have the cover ready. All right, so I logged on to create this video, and we actually created a full video, which is exciting. Usually when I stream, I get so sidetracked that I don't. And we covered a lot, and I know that you may, if you joined me at 3 o'clock, you're probably like, that took way too long to do. I promise that once you get comfortable in Canva, it doesn't take that long. The only reason why it took me this long was just because I was demonstrating, showing, where things are. Once I get into Canva, I can pretty much create something within a half an hour of time. And most often I have such a good rhythm. I can create my images in under 10 minutes, just because I'm very familiar with where things are. I have templates that are configured so that I can just drag and drop images. And just to give you an idea of what I mean by template, like I have just a very basic, this is extremely basic, but basically what I do is I have a little border set up. I come in, and this is when I'm kind of like in need of a post for Instagram, just to prove that I'm still alive. I usually search like writing outside, which you can see that I searched very recently. And what I can do is I can just like take one of these canned images, like, ooh, this one's cool. I don't have black fingernails, but nobody would know that. And I just have like this nice framed picture that I can download and upload to Instagram and be like, oh, I'm outside working today, or asking what are you working on of my audience, or what are you reading. So they're just like really easy ways that you can create content on the go. Or maybe you're like, oh, I just want to do one of showing my book cover. Like, here's a nice background platform. I could pick one of my covers from my Court of Mystery series, if I can figure out where the heck I recently like redid where I like kept all of my images. And yeah, I can just like pull in a image like that, and voila, I'm ready to go. And I have a post ready for Instagram. So there's a lot of tips and tricks that as you build up your personal Canva library, that you can make the most of all the tools that are at your disposal. And yes, Julie, you can use the same template across platforms. I used to try to create new media for my followers that were on Instagram and my followers that are on Facebook. I was shocked to learn that those audiences are so different, and that maybe there was only like a couple users who were using both Facebook and Instagram and seeing my posts at the same time. because everybody has their own preferred social media platform. I love Instagram. Um, and it's amazing what people see and don't see. So don't feel bad about using media repeatedly, because the chances are that even if you have a Facebook follower and an Instagram follower who are the same thing, everybody's timelines are so overwhelmed with information. There's a good chance that they're not going to see it on both platforms at the same time. So you're actually kind of doing a favor, because you are um, making sure that your content's readily available. So there's that to consider. My recommendation, I used to recommend doing everything with the Facebook specific dimensions. So if I go here to create a design and I type in Facebook post, you see how it says 940 by 788. That's what I used to. I made my Instagram images that way, and I made my Facebook images that way. When I'm on Twitter, I will still use the same thing. But what I recently have seen is that Facebook is moving away from the rectangle and going more to the Instagram square. Even though Instagram does allow you to post pictures that are not squares, I think that there is something to be said about the uniformity of what your profile page looks like. And if you're looking at Instagram on your phone, you look at somebody's profile, you see all the thumbnails underneath. If you have rectangle posts, sometimes they're going to be cut off because the thumbnail is a square. So I have since started moving to all of my I'm doing all of my posts in the squares so that they look good on that Instagram profile, and they also look fine on Facebook. And a lot of Facebook ads actually are now being designed as squares, so there's definitely a trend moving in that direction. As for Twitter, you can use the create design feature and create something specifically for a Twitter post, which is much it's much longer and less tall. But the nice thing is that if you wanted to do something, you could actually resize it and resize it to a Twitter post like this. Copy and resize. And because of the elements that I used in this one, I do have to stretch them out a little bit and reposition things. But at least you don't have to start from scratch. All right. So we got to the end of our video. I'm sure you guys will see that on my profiles at some point in time. If you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out to me via email, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you can find me. I'm all over the place. If you realize that after watching this, you're like, I don't have the time, or I don't want to invest in utilizing Canva, just know that I do have a service called Books to Bundles that creates social media content specifically for authors. You can check that out at bookstobundles.com. I'm always happy to lend my love of design to others. I have a great time doing that. So feel free to visit my website. You can get there from saraheburr.com. You can get there from bookstobundles.com. And of course, I'm always reachable via email. So thank you so much for joining me today. It's a pleasure to design and have fun using Canva. If you are interested, I did put my referral link in. It's both in the show notes and at the start of the chat. It just lets the folks at Canva know that I am out there telling people how much I love using their service. I'm not a Canva employee. I don't get any money from Canva. I don't get anything for doing this. This is just something that I do to help my fellow authors with their social media content. So it very much is appreciated if you can share my videos with anybody else who you think may need a little assistance. So that being said, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, week, and it was a long time. It's been a long time since I've done a stream like this, but I have fun enough doing it that I probably will be doing another one of these sessions in the upcoming weeks. So feel free just to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can get a notification when we're live. So thanks again for joining me, and have a great rest of the day. Thanks.